Hi friends! This is DaintyTank. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to Heaven Will Be Mine. This is part 4 or 5-ish. You can tell immediately when I realize I don't know what part it is. Whatever. It's like 4 or 5. I think 5. I'm gonna go with 5. It's okay. You know what? That's fine. I sometimes lose track of everything, and that's fine by me. Meanwhile, losing track of things. Oh my god. So, it seems like after all of the flirting and weirdness, we are about 50% with celestial mechanics and 25% with the other two. I really wonder how this last kind of couple rounds are going to be, because I'm assuming, since we're now at the moon, that this is going to be the last fights. So, we'll see. Let's get into it. Resume. Load. Saturn is just so cool. I love her as a character. Doop boop. Alright. So let's go back. Yeah. Alignment. Yeah. Celestial Mechanics 50%. Cradle's Graces 25. Memorial Foundation 25. Let's go back through some more comms. Do you think about Neath still? Who's Neath? Insufferable horror creature. Forward all complaints to Mercury. Yes. That's out of nowhere. Think about them every day, obviously. They're the reason celestial mechanics exists. First, to understand what happened to them. And then, because we couldn't stop thinking about it. About how to make what happened to them happen to us. We still don't know what it was exactly. They had us all getting together to reach through space and time and contact the existential threat wherever it came from, to make sure that it truly had been defeated for good. I think they were really hoping it wasn't. We felt the same, especially us, who never got to fight yet. We reached together as far as we could. Aneath reached farther than anyone. I didn't think it would have been them before anyone else, but I didn't know then. Was it they reached too far? Or what? Or something reached to them? What's the difference? In the end, they got it. Whatever it was. Are you having second thoughts? Maybe. They were the only one. I always wondered why that was. Were they special? In a good way or a bad way? Were they chosen? What would have been the criteria? We know it's none of that, though. Just a lonely, unchosen child. Without so much presence in the world, they fell into another one. That's how it is. The only trick is how to do it on purpose. That's just it. Are you too attached? Are we too attached? I want to be something new and share it with everyone. Am I too heavy for the apple? It's a thin line between falling into inverse because you have hope and because you don't have any left. We should be glad it's not so easy, you know. Ha! Ha! Fascinating. Fascinating. I am so intrigued. So they were trying to experiment and reach across to figure out if the existential threat is still there. Super interesting. And this one person reached too far, meaning they didn't have, when they're talking about gravity, they talk about gravity a lot and culture a lot. And that culture creates gravity because you're connected to each other, which is very fascinating. All of this is great. Alright, let's get into this. Click. Why children? Oh, Director Nick's going back into some documentation here. Why children? So maybe we get to know a little bit about why Mercury, Saturn, Lunaterra, and Pluto, they aren't children anymore. But when they were pilots, they were, for all the obvious reasons, that children are more suited to be pilots than adults. They aren't children anymore, but they were pilots. They were, for all obvious reasons, that children are more suited to be pilots than adults. I don't get that line at all. I'll keep reading. Since the decline of the space program, there have been fewer and fewer waves of new recruits, and the current pilot generations have no successors. Adults are serving as pilots because there are no longer any children in space, and adults should not have to serve as pilots. It would be cruel to send children to fight a war so that adults don't have to, especially as adults have far more tidal forces than children. In their physical and metaphorical manifestation, tides are the measurement of the authority that culture has over the universe, that light of the soul that turns all impossible things into our dominion. The gravitational forces of children are weak enough to perceive and engage the existential threat without obliterating it instantly. As the cancer that exerts a subtle influence in the back of our unknowing minds, they are suited to protect us from it. For this reason, Memorial Foundation has pushed against traditional cultural institutions for engaging existential threats with this more humane practice. Due to the resiliency of children and the detrimental long-term effects contact with existential threats has on adults in the vast majority of cases. In some exceptional circumstances, contamination lingers in children. Their gravitational forces never achieve sufficient power to extinguish the existential threat without resistance. Without the tidal force to challenge other adults, they remain in limbo, unsuited to anything else. The remaining small percentage of the original pilot program that continues to reside in space is made of such cases. Ho! Okay. So this is a little bit more direct. So effectively, like, they're using children who are more resilient. My God. Using children because they don't have the tidal forces, gravitational pull, effectively. And so they're not obliterating it with that sense of self. They're able to interact with it and interact with this existential threats. And then if they don't kind of blow apart all of that when they become an adult, then they become part of the pilot program. So I think that figures into Lunaterra, for instance. Very interesting. New eversion proposal. Celestial mechanics. Alright. Thank you. I'm no different from my former colleagues. I think we all want the same thing, ultimately. Every one of us. I'd implore you to be forgiving of them. Though not of their methods, many of us are thankful for the ending of the Cold War. The paranoia and suspicion that accompanied the strength of the existential threat in this world, as it fed on the trauma, malaise, and discontent of the world after the war. But I think some of us must have some reservation about the future, and abandoning existential threats to address the threats of our home. It will inevitably result in us turning the conflict between humans once more. And in turn, the existential threat will thrive. We are looking for the smoothest, most uncontested future. I won't lie, this will not ensure happiness for everyone. In fact, it may be difficult to understate how much it will ensure the opposite, for what we will ensure are very few. But what I'm proposing will ensure the maximum happiness for the maximum number of people. And what else can we do? And maybe not use ensure 5 times in 2 paragraphs. Alright, fine. Let's mission select! Okay, the acceleration due to gravity, celestial mechanics, and critical races have one thing in common, and that's escaping Earth's gravity. To do that, they need Saturn and Pluto to work together to corrupt the lunar gravity well. It's an opportunity for one to get the upper hand over the other, but they're not thinking about it politically. Plastic versus metal. Earth has promised to let children of space sort themselves out, for now. But their machines of war guide that way back home, just in case. When Saturn and Lunaterra meet in a chance encounter, the true terror of humanity stares them down. I want to see the gravitational well. How is the new equipment fitting? It's not that much weirder than how it was before. This mission really is a weird one, Mercury. This was always the plan, you know that. The lunar gravity well is the anchor that all tidal reactors resonate with. That's how ship selves maintain their form, how colonies on other planets and orbital bases and ships maintain environments humans can survive in. Gravity is both the literal and figurative senses. It is required for us to live in space, and without it, we'll dissolve into the universe, become everything that humans aren't. There's a lot of that in the universe, if you noticed. If we want to turn into something interesting and specific, we have to make sure that we're controlling the aversion process. Is it gonna work? Probably not. I wouldn't trust the app to do this right. There's nothing in it for him, so why would he care? When he lived on Earth, he had everything he wanted. He isn't like anyone else who came to space. He's just flirting with the idea of transcending human limits for boring reasons, and only for his. There are no places left on Earth to conquer, so he wants to be the first to own the future. If this actually works, I don't want to share it with him. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. I told you I was playing this how I wanted, right? I'm not letting him have this. Saturn tempts Pluto to fall in with her? Pluto tempts Saturn to entertain a silly dream. Okay, wait. I'm 50% with celestial mechanics right now. And 25% with the other two, and I've only done it once, which means I might be able to complete a 50-50-50 split. I would go for that, so let's do that. Plus, this sounds fun, and fuck Iapetus, so. Alright. We'll see. The moon's south pole is the completion point. The moon's south pole is the completion point for Earth, where all of the terraforming begins and ends. Here, the skyscrapers rise up to catch the eternal light in what someday will be a city where night never comes. Ooh. You're quiet. Is something on your mind? A lot. But nothing important. Don't hide it from me. You know I can just read it off your gravitational field, right? Are you sure? You're never normally this quiet. Good to know even you can feel that way sometimes. But I didn't think it would be over this. The gravity well can't be that big of a deal for someone like you to deal with. And I'm here too, in case you forgot. Feeling out the tides is deeper than mind reading, and not so literal, and you know that. That kind of mind reading is the kind every human can do, but few are any good at. What kind is that? Read my mind about it. Are you nervous? No. I know exactly what I'm doing. Do you, Saturn? You don't know what you're doing? I just wish everyone wasn't going to be watching us this whole time, getting yelled at for no reason. Don't you have people who are a pain in your ass to keep happy? That's everyone in Cradle's Graces. Plus they left me, which makes it so hard. That's why I ditched command. I couldn't stand being pestered constantly by superiors who don't know what they're talking about. I don't have any superiors at all. That must be a very freeing comment there. Being in space in one of the most powerful mechs in the universe and go, I don't have any superiors. What? Lucky? Why? 'Cause I'm at the top. Excuse me? I'm the leader of Cradle's Graces. More or less. Excuse me? What? Why? For a lot of reasons, but mostly because no one wants to be... Oh, Dr. Nix is in charge of most things still, but I do make the decisions. Oh my god, Dr. Nix is part of Cradle's Graces? Oh! I mean, but why? You're as bad as Mars. Who's Mars? This is why it's so hard to get anything done. Cradle's Graces is just full of contradictory, impossible to reconcile, naive and disorganized feelings. Someone has to bring all of that together. No, stop. I mean, but why would you tell me that? I mean, shouldn't I take advantage of this? Oh, I thought you just wanted to get to know me better, not engage in any of that cloak and dagger stuff. You're crazy. Why would you trust me? I'm sketchy. Yes, you are, Saturn. Yes, you are. No, you aren't. You're obnoxious to your friends, but you work hard all the time for their sake. You bullied a certain Taciturn East pilot, not because you hated her, but because you wanted her to grow up and stop wasting her talent on moping. Ooh. You're always tempting me to your side, but you don't care if I join Celestial Mechanics or not. Also, you asked me how I was doing, if I was nervous, and told me you're here for me on a difficult mission, even though you tried to make it sound like you were lording it over me. Yeah, Pluto sees right through your bullcrap, Saturn. So, what do you really care about? That you keep coming after me, whether you win or lose. Not telling. That's fine. You don't need to say anything for me to understand. I need to shut my mouth or I'll keep stuttering and embarrassing myself. Don't tell me that this whole time you've just been playing along like I give up on being cool. It doesn't matter. No wait, it does matter. Oh, Saturn. I worked so hard to try and corrupt this good little pilot test brat of Cradle's Graces. Don't be sad about still being a good girl. It's a really hard habit to break. I'm the real fool, though. I saw right through you, and it worked on me just the same. I completely fell for it. Oh, we're almost there. Let's be careful, okay? A slim tower, the tallest on the moon, ends in a point, and suspended above is an overpowering gravity well, claiming humanity's spot on the moon, a saved seat in the cosmos. It'll fall inert to the surface when culture has so fully rooted in the moon that the planet will produce a true human gravity. Then this body will be no longer Luna, but fully and truly the moon, just as Terra became Earth when humanity was born there. Interesting concept. Yet, the gravity well can also be the seed of possibility. It doesn't have any preconceptions about what humans can be or should be. There's still time. Begin full output. Resonance handshake seeking. Acknowledged. Handshake received. Oscillating, rotating, responding. I'm trying to seduce you, though. Endpoint reached. Synchronization complete. Aligned rotations. Acceleration high. Still acceptable. I just don't understand how you can be this strong and amazing and still waste it all on them. Tidal resonance achieved. Brace for resonance feedback. So tell me, why do you waste so much of your time pestering pilots like Lunaterra and me? Tidal resonance far beyond predicted levels. Begin bracing. Hold the course steady for insertion. That's dodging the question. Waves crashing, intensifying resistance force. It's not. You're not really any different. You care what happens to everyone in space, too. Even fools like us deserve a chance at what they want. The part that makes me angry is how they won't just take what they want. If Earth has abandoned us, why go through so much trouble to reconcile with them? Resistance is incredible. The core's hypersuspension, it was refusing to decouple. Maximum output. Bending space, culture, time, diluting possibility. Leaving humanity behind out of spite, just to prove how much you don't care about them, makes it sound like you actually do care about others. Like maybe you actually care about others. But it is really cute. How you trying? I am loyal to us. That's all the space orphans, the lab girls, and fuck everyone else. No love lost, none owed to anyone else. That's what I'm the leader of. Beginning insertion. Breaking first through 50th seals. I want to break up. If humanity wants us back, they shouldn't come crawling and beg us to forgive them. You of all people shouldn't be the one saving them. Rapid destabilization. Action needed. Are you really okay with all of us in space having a chance at that future, but no one on Earth? I of all people know what it would be like to never have that. Ooh, Pluto got fiery. Breaking seals 50 through 1000. That's a big jump there, friend. Requesting overload bypass permission. I'm not a good and noble person. My heart's not big enough. It seems your heart's plenty big enough, especially if you hooked it up to the ship. Attempting again. Fine, here's the real secret. Just for you, okay? Since you told me yours, I would never forgive the world. But if my master plan doesn't work, I'll follow you wherever. Bracing. Gravitational output maximum. Thank you. Really, Saturn. I wouldn't have had this much fun without you. Thanks for giving me room and your heart. Less dramatic status updates that sound like you're gonna die. Core pierced. Heavy damage to upper arm. Insertion activating. Sting damage increasing. Holding until countdown begins. For being so stubborn, even so, you can make me falter just a bit. Just a little. I can't be that invincible. I'm just a little lab rat. Reaction confirmed. Are you ready for everything? Saturn, confirm Roche limit escape. Ooh, I love it when they actually are saying things that matter. Like Roche limit is the limit in which the moon would come in and actually just be obliterated by the gravitational forces. It's very interesting. Negative. It's messing up the math. Calculations keep changing. Immediate escape is necessary before the micro black hole is formed. Calculating! Focus on my voice. It's not time for you to join the inverse yet. Gravity, like a warm embrace, and not just mine, wants you here. Back at your home. Almost! All the equipment is destroyed. Both of them are badly damaged, but they're not dead. And the tiny black speck pulsing within the containment field. A strange gravity washes over the moon, and many things are possible. A leveled playing field. A new playground. Fascinating. Fascinating! Oh, it worked! Okay. Now we're 50-50, 25. Gotta pick the Memorial Foundation on the next one. And then we got even split. Very interesting. Everything is ready. I wish you would let me help you more. You'll be fine back home. Without a ship. I envy you a little bit. Piloting is for girls. And jocks. Oh, buddy. It's not my thing. But I wish I was coming with you. Sometimes a very, very tiny bit. Mercury. We are very different. But I love you. We're parts of the same thing. We wanted the same things. And I'll walk alongside you until we get them. Really? You're not leaving? Possibly forever? Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. If I'm leaving, you're coming with me. If I stay, I'll bring you home. You know you can't rely on me for anything, but you can count on me for this. I promise. I promise. You promise with correct punctuation and capitalization? Yes. So you know it's real. What else can I do to pay you back? Nothing. I count on you for a lot, Saturn. Same way you count on me. Ho ho ho. Why children, oh God. By the end of the space program, with recruitment having stopped almost a decade before the official decommissioning of the space program, all the pilots had become adults. Yet they were recruited as children and spent the fiercest years of fighting against the existential threat as children. Much like criticisms levied at the scout programs on Earth, it was a motion that Memorial Foundation considered heavily in deciding how to recruit their pilots. Children have no special piloting qualities, with much weaker title authority than adults, who, of course, have the title authority to engage other adults. Adults would be stronger, more powerfully able to use ship selves. Much more so, the beloved and chosen adults, rather than the discarded and flawed children that were chosen. On Earth, adults, with much, much stronger tidal forces than children, would destroy the existential threat before even comprehending it. And because of this, those threats are able to hide in a world and prey on those who were more weak, such as children, or those who are unchosen, even as adults. Those who are strong enough should struggle with other humans, and those who are weaker to protect the rest of the trivial threats outside humanity. Sustained contact with the existential threat often exacerbates this effect. There is a cold, twofold reason for delegating who will and who will not confront the existential threats. Children and the unchosen bear the burden so adults will not be worn away. Whew. Fascinating. Okay. So now we just need to go down the route of Lunaterra. Hey. Spinning up tidal reactor frequency double checks. First turn, 100%. Frequency double checks. Second turn. Stop and spin them again. From 0 again? Where were they at? 99.99999, but it doesn't matter. They should be at 100%. So we're spinning them again. Mercury, if I go out and die, it's not going to be because we didn't quintuple check every reactor pulse. Saturn, this time, please, could you listen for once? No matter how useless I know that telling you this is, I know I say this over and over, but can you listen? Seriously? Tell me you're going to not be risky this time. It's not a game anymore. This mission is different. It's not ship self to ship self. Those troops are real weapons from Earth, designed for threats that are real, not existential. They are perfectly capable of killing. They are designed for no other purpose. It's not going to be an issue, though, because your orders are strictly to observe, not get remotely close to engage. They won't leave stationary orbit around the nearer side of Earth. They're Earth's insurance plan, and we can ignore them as soon as we make sure that's all they are doing. Don't joke about dying. That can happen. It won't if everything is perfect and you do exactly what you're supposed to do. It finally matters this time, and you... Mercury, please. I'm actually really sorry, Mercury. I don't mean to make you worry. I didn't mean to make you really worry for real. I promise I'm not trying to die, okay? I promise, okay? Making poor choices about who to kiss and who to do isn't the same thing. I listen to you when it's real, okay? I won't cross the line. You're my friend. No one else. No one else is worth you. You're the most important. We've been through too much. I won't ever go back or throw everything you've got away. You know that, right? Sorry I'm acting like I forgot. Mercury, hey, say something. You idiot, give me a moment. Oh, you're crying. Damn it, I'm going to act like I tricked you. I was going to get to feel real smug, making you think everything was serious, and I'm going to lord it over you. But now I'm crying, asshole. I love that. Sorry about that, but I love you too. Don't worry. Ooh, okay. Ooh. They hide together in a peaceful moon's winter night. Risk dying, tearing that machine to pieces. I don't want to risk dying. We just promised. And on top of that, this is the Memorial Foundation version. So let's go that way. They hide together. Whoa. It's winter on the near side of the moon, which means it will be half a month before this hemisphere sees day again. The frosted forest will see spring in a week, summer the week after, and fall the week after that. A year of seasons in a month-long day. Even terraformed. Could humans live like that? On the near side, though, at least the Earth will always be in the sky, eternally huge, spinning with authority and kindness, unlike its agent, who hangs in the corner of the sky like a migraine aura. There's nothing extraneous about its shape. It is here to do just two things: look, then kill. When Saturn flew a millimeter too high, the autonomous military unit looked, then killed, but just too slow, and Lunaterra pushed her away and dragged them both deep in the winter forest. The unit looks twice as hard. It's been encouraged to not miss twice. Oh! Of course, Saturn flew a little too high. Shh! Don't make a sound. You're being too noisy. I get that a lot, but this time I'm not making any noise, so don't tell me to be quiet. You're the one flitting all over the place. They're listening for gravity. Vibrations are not the kind of noise that they care about, so keep moving and don't make noise in your heart. Don't make a sound in all possible senses. Don't make a sound physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Calm down. They don't like it if you're not calm. First of all, that makes no sense. And secondly, I refuse. Ooh. Okay, this is sketch. I don't think you should die, so think of something else to do instead, because they can kill you. Unlike me or any other ship self. So think about it as little as you can, okay? And keep your tidal reactor's output to a minimum. It helps to make yourself be like an object. You will be a thing that other things happen to, rather than an agent. That's what it's like, what it's looking for. Agency. So it can make it cease immediately. You know, I'm absolutely super good at that. I have a lot of experience at that. So I'm absolutely not going to. Well, me too. That's why I suggested it. But you're right. Shouldn't have suggested it like that. How about this instead? Start by thinking about the Earth. The autonomous device becomes visible instantaneously. It doesn't look anything like a ship self and bears no resemblance to human shape because there's no intention for its design to accommodate humans. That's the opposite of what it does. It has nothing to express, only a function to perform. Oh, I hate the idea of autonomous killing machines. Oh. What do I do? What did I do? Probably thought too hard about Earth, but shh, all the same. It's so creepy. That's supposed to represent Earth. Doesn't even look like humans made it. Really, I think it's rather apparent it doesn't look like human at all. They don't detect an artificial gravity reactor, but they can detect an artificial gravity reactor, but they don't really know what to do unless they can lock a target and kill it. So if it can't verify what it is, it won't do anything. It feels so heavy suddenly. What is this? I'm telling you, that's the Earth. Real gravity. It's very, very heavy. You can feel its authority? That's the gulf between us and a planet. I know that. I guess it feels really different to feel it in person. You were saying, a way to avoid it? Do you remember being a normal kid, even for a little bit? Or do you remember the last time you acted convincingly like one? Obviously. I was a really good kid, you know. Checking your gravity against the script, and it thinks. Sorry, it doesn't think. It just checks that variance. Aren't I pretty excessively varied by now? Just think. Just wait there a second. It's hard to teach on the spot. It's not that I don't know the idea. How are you so good at it? It sounds like you kind of hate that I am. I promised I wouldn't die, but I'm mad I have to do this. Lunaterra crawls slowly through the frostbitten green crater to where Saturn is crawled among cold desert junipers. The dark, barely perceptible dot monitors them in the pale earthlight, so precisely waiting. It's easier to hide if their ship selves are turned off, or as close to that as a ship self can be. So they climb outside to the cold lunar winter to wait. I'm here. Are you doing okay? No, obviously I'm scared. Me too. So forget what I said. I hate doing that too. You warm? Laying there? You're not warm at all, but at least your boobs are soft. The autonomous unit doesn't like flirting, huh? Whoa. That's terrifying. You should think instead about how you're keeping a secret. Keeping it really close. Waiting for the perfect moment. That no one else can know. Okay, I can do that. That's not as bad. Is it that big a difference? There's infinite difference between someday and never. I've extremely forgotten how to be patient, but I know the difference. You're right. It really is important to never forget. It's still not going away. Yeah, it's a lot more patient than us, huh? It's looking at you too. Aren't you on their side? Just because we want Earth back doesn't mean Earth wants us back. Oh. So Memorial Foundation really is that stupid? Maybe. Their eyes were as bad as you. So why go back? Because fuck them. They don't want anything to do with us. Memorial Foundation thinks it's optimal for humanity to return, but I think many humans think it would be just fine if we died. That just makes me want to come back to Earth even more. Aha! Spite I can understand. I can be petty too. I want it back, even if only for spite. We will bring them back a little taste of what it was like to be us. They're afraid of what we might bring back with us. And they should be. Much more than they already are. That's what I want. Knowing that you're just as petulant and petty as me, and this weak too, makes me reconsider you. In a good way. It's wonderful. Makes me want to fall in love. Lol. Oh, huh. I said maybe. Don't get full of yourself. Sorry. There's no way we're getting any more than half of what we want, at best. You're only hoping for half of what you want, so I wonder if you'll even get that. If you get it. I don't expect things to go my way, but, you know. I hope you're coming along. Wherever it is. Truer than, you know, LT. Whichever way we go, we're going together. In this cosmic glow, we're going wherever we're going together. I love you. Just get used to me now. You made me go upside down on purpose again. You're so good at inversion, but scoring a direct hit is so easy. You win. It'll be nice to see the end of every world, but this one alongside you. See, the machine's already bored. Or not bored, but uncomprehending, and then it lost interest. But I'll stay here with you until it leaves for good. Because flight or fight, petty bitch to petty bitch, lab rat to upperclassman Brad. What, really? Do you maybe love me too? Oh, well, that was interesting. Ooh, the ending we chose is interesting. Everything hangs in balance. Oh, it's not that bad. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's just like a flip of a coin or something. Yes! Don't you think it's still a kind of important decision? It's not the fate of everything, but it's the fate of a lot of things. It's the future of human beings in space. Sorry for the music clicks. I'm taking a screenshot while we go. It's not what I wanted. None of these are things I wanted. What are you fighting for then? I mean, it's not everything I wanted. I was fighting for everything I wanted, and this is as close as it got to it as I got. That's not enough. Well, I mean, could be better. I love you both so much. What complete brats that can't be pleased. And don't tell me you're fine with it. No way, you're right. Could be so much better. See? So, I'm fine with whichever ending we get. I want a better ending too. Wanting a better end doesn't mean I'm fine with whatever. Why not? Yeah, what do you want? I want what we want. Us too. That's why it's fine either way. Unatera, I think you haven't understood something. This isn't the ending. We don't need one ending. No matter how the future turns out, no matter who wins, we can take whatever ending we get and make the ending we really want out of it. It's not like it doesn't matter. But no matter what future we get, can't we make it the one we wanted? Just like we did before the ending. Okay, sure. Let's pick our favorite. We don't need a true ending. Whichever it is, we'll make it the true ending. Oh! I'm gonna save game right here. Yes. Okay. Okay, so I literally have a three-way split with everybody here. Oh my god. Okay. Next time we're going to go straight into this, but I'm gonna leave it here. Give me your thoughts down below on what you want to see. Really excited about this. Alright, with that, I'm gonna leave it here. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye!